Hope you guys have had a good weekend. I have got a couple of ornaments, just blank ceramic ornaments, and then I've got a little mini canvas, and I thought we would make little ornaments out of even this one. I'll show you how to do it. So you don't have to have ceramics. You can do whatever you have. Maybe you've got something wood, or you can go to Dollar Tree and different places and get wood rounds, but whatever you have, you can do this technique. So come on in and I'll show you how. Let me know when you get here. And I always appreciate somebody letting me know if you can see and hear everything okay. I'm getting on some gloves because I am going to do resin with these. But of course, if you don't want to use resin, you can just use some type of permanent glue. But I've already got my little cup labeled up to a ½ ounce. So 1/4 ounce of each is what I'm going to pour. I am not seeing comments yet, but hopefully they'll start popping up. And I'm just about done with this bottle. There we go. Hey, Joan, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, yeah, I probably should have just used my new bottle, but I'm trying to use up what I have of this and get it good and empty before I put all of my new into it. How's everything going? Hi, Vicki. I'm so glad y'all are coming in. Hey, Leanne. Hi, Jerry. Happy Monday. How was you guys' weekend? Hopefully you guys had a good one. Hi, Carrie. Some of y'all have seen me do a cute little reindeer ornament in the past, and I've got some new embellishments I want to use for tonight. I'm really excited to show y'all this. We got to get going, y'all. I cannot believe that we are just about in November. It's just about over, and I am going to do one of these in pink and then one traditional because it is still October and I'm doing pink this whole month. Look how close I am, but I'm probably not going to get all of this out. Let's just set that right there for now. You had a good weekend. Today was good. I am so glad. Hi, Tina. Yeah, everybody let me know. So these are just pieces of one of those. Let me see if I've got that big stick with me. Here it is. So you can get these at any Hobby Lobby, Michael's kind of place like that. And they just, come in a long stick of them. And I'm going to use these as the little reindeer horns, right? Whatever you call them. What do you call them? Antlers. Antlers. So that will be antlers for the red one. And then I thought I would use the pearl ones on the pink reindeer or the pink ornament that I'm going to do. And so isn't that a good idea? I don't know, it just came to me today. So I'm going to use those. Hi, Annette. Oh my goodness, I hope you're doing better. Let us know how you're doing, friend. Glad y'all are here. I'm going to send this, see if it'll let me send it somewhere. I hope you guys will share the love if you don't mind. Would sure help me out. That would be great. Is it going to let me do it? Ooh, it did. Awesome. Okay. Let's see how close we are. Oh, perfect, you guys. It's right to the line. I'm going to just continue to let that sit there a second while I get this other one ready. And it reminds me to tell you guys, go ahead and blow out. I know that I just lit this a few minutes ago, but go ahead and blow out any candles you have when you're working with resin. If you're going to use a butane torch like I do. I had a little incident one time, so now I try to remember to tell everybody else. I'm a real candle lighter when I craft. Anytime I'm in here painting or creating, I like to light a candle, and candles and butane don't mix. So I've done a 1/4 cup or a 1/4 ounce of my hardener, and now I'm going to put my resin, and we'll stir for 3 minutes, and then we'll paint. But this will sit here and get thick while I am painting. Take a little stick. Hey Betty, how are you? I know you got a big day tomorrow. I'm looking for my clock there. 3 minutes. Okay, so we'll stir this for 3 minutes. So you guys chit chat with me for a second. Thank you, Joan, for sharing this out. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get a few more friends in here. I know that people are live right now also, and lots of stuff going on. When I logged in Facebook, I saw, lots of lives happening right now, but hopefully we'll have our friends join us soon. Still in the hospital if it's getting better. I know it is, and I just hate that for you. You have the best attitude, though. I'm so proud of you. You guys encourage me so much in my walk, you know, and sometimes when I start feeling sorry for myself, I think about the things that I know you guys go through, and, you know, I can't complain. Thank you, Marcia. I appreciate it so much. Hi, Mickey. How are you tonight? It's good to see you guys. We had a busy weekend. VIPs, be sure and tune in tomorrow. I will be going live. Of course, we have tomorrow night at 6, and I have a video to upload for y'all, but I'm going to pop on live. I don't know what time, but I'll warn you before I do, and I hope you'll join me. It is a huge, huge announcement. I think you're going to be shocked when you hear. Hi, Laveda. Thank you so much for sharing this out, you guys. I appreciate it. And just go and like the video if you enjoy what I do, because that will help too. Commenting helps, you know, just like everything. Sharing, commenting, and just liking the video hopefully will help get it out further. Hey, Mary Oker, how are you tonight? How do y'all like it getting light or dark earlier? I know we've got the spring forward, fall back, so we'll go an hour back probably this coming weekend, right? Is it this weekend? So if you notice that I am scraping the bottom of my little cup and the sides often to get everything worked in together, and then you don't have to mix very fast. You can just go slow. The faster you go, the more bubbles you'll get, so I don't recommend going fast. Really? Yeah, I know. It's really makes me feel like it's so late, you know, the minute it gets dark. And if it's getting dark at 5 p.m., you know, it's like, wow, I feel like the evening's over. You love it? Oh, wow, Carrie. And I don't like to get out at dark. I know I feel like such an old lady to say that, but you know, it's just, I don't know. I just prefer to be home and settled in the evening. So you don't like it? Carrie, what do you like about it? I'm just curious. Yes, okay. There goes my clock. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my timer is up. So our 3 minutes is up. So what I'm going to do is just set this aside while we work. But just notice that I have scraped all the sides, scrape the stick, get that all worked back in, and then you've got a really good mix. Okay, I'm not going to take off my gloves because it's hard to get them on and off. But we're going to just do a simple little background. I'm going to make it look Christmassy. So we're going to put green and gold. And we won't need a lot of paint because we're not painting anything big. Rebecca said, but I'm old. You like home at night too. Okay, see, I think that the older we get, the more we do, right? You know, just kind of enjoy being at home. So this is just a little small canvas, probably 3 by 3, it looks like. And I'm just going to take a palette knife and dip into my green and start getting a background of green. And then we're going to add gold. So it'll be green and gold. Oh, y'all can't see my little piece that this is for the VIP group, but this background I really enjoy doing with the palette knife. So this is kind of similar to that. And just however much you think you need. You know, you could do the whole thing green and then add your gold, but it's also just as good to do your green and then add some gold, and you don't have to do the whole thing. And I'll go ahead and do the sides. Do you guys enjoy using a palette knife? Let me know. I like to every now and then. It gives you a different look. And since these will be little gifts, I think that's kind of fun to use a palette knife. Now I'm going to clean this off just with a paper towel. Yeah, Carrie, definitely like when it's kind of chilly and raining, you know, and dark. Yeah, home under the blankets. Perfect. Hi, Sherry. Thank you so much for sprinkling or sharing. I appreciate it. I'm going right into my gold. Now I'm going to just try to hit the parts that I don't have a lot of green. It's okay if they mix. That will give it a real artistic look. But I'm definitely going for the spots that don't have green right now. This makes also really easy wrapping paper. So if you're ever out, I had to do that once. If you're ever out of wrapping paper, you can take what you have. So like I had white, you know, I think I probably bought some pearlized white for a wedding or something. So I had a little bit of that left and just painted it, and it was so pretty. Now you can't do that for a super large gift, or you probably wouldn't want to, but this was for something small. Winter is welcome. Yeah. I complain a lot for somebody that really does enjoy, you know, I really do like all the seasons. We just don't get much of a fall in Texas. It's always just hot or cold. And I really wish we had fall with all the pretty colors, but we just kind of go from summer to winter one day. We just wake up and it's cold and never goes back. Have anybody been watching the Jamaica storm? What's going to come for them? Okay, so let's just set this down and then we'll do our others. You're having fall this Wednesday, Jerry says. Where are you? What state, Jerry? I may have to go to a brush. I can see that it sinks down a little bit right there, so it's not wanting to. I may go to a brush for these rounds. I just like the look that you get from the palette knife. But let's grab a paintbrush. It's not wanting to go down into the little dip that I've got there. I'm just going to do our solid green, and then I'll put my gold on it, and I'll still give it the artistic look, so I'll show you. Oh, that's really good, Carrie. I'm glad you like to read. It's nice to kind of escape with a book. I escape with art, but yeah, Ron's a huge reader, and my daughter is a huge reader. I thought she was going to be a writer, but she, after college, landed a editing job, and so she's been editing ever since, but she's a huge reader. And it drives them both crazy that I don't read. I love to read, I just don't have time because I'm always painting. So, but I know that it's so good for us to read. Yes, definitely, Marcia. Hopefully it won't be as bad as it could be. I just love using these little ceramic ornaments. You can find these at Hobby Lobby right now, and then I know that Michael's has carried them every year. I don't know, I haven't seen them this year with my own eyes, but you can check their website even. And somebody's told me they've seen them at Dollar Tree. I have not seen them at my Dollar Tree, but I'm sure different ones have them. But Hobby Lobby is a great place to buy them. I don't know if they've always had them and I never saw them before, but I used to always order from a wholesaler, and I cannot get them as cheap as I can at Hobby Lobby. So I've kind of just gone to ordering from them. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Oh, no. I hate to hear Category 5. like I said, I hope that it won't be as bad as they predict. Maybe, you know, God will intervene and weaken it. Now, I really don't like to take my brush, and in fact, if you can see this, you can see where I kind of messed up the little bristles by putting it down in that hole. It's so much better to get a thin, you know, this is just a liner brush. Take that green and then just go around, you know, put it in that hole and go around rather than ruin your brush or hurt the hairs on your brush. It's, you know, they're very fragile, and so by just cramming it down in there and doing it like I did, that's not smart. Okay, let's clean our brush. Absolutely. Prayers for Jamaica. I love seeing your little palettes, you guys. We got to do some more Happy Mail. I know I'm probably behind on the Happy Mail. I can't keep up. I don't know. I got a lot going on though. So you ladies that are in the VIP, I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I'm going to give you time. I don't know what time now, but whenever I'm about to go live, I'll give you a warning, and I hope you'll pop in and hear my big news. Okay, let's take a look at this. We did this one with our palette knife. It's such a pretty background. I love that look. I think that's really pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit. I think I want more gold. So just taking the palette knife with some paint on it, and I'm just using my regular craft paints. I really love using the heavy-bodied paints. You get a nice thick texture. Oh, that's so pretty. You could also do a wreath on here, or, I mean, an initial, somebody's initial, and then, you know, we'll put a little eye hook at the top. And then hang it from a little ribbon, and that will be a pretty ornament. But again, on these, there's just a small dip, and I don't think that my palette knife is going to do too good with that, but we'll try. So I'm just taking some, and we're going to add, oh, that's so pretty. Just add to our ceramic here. It's actually doing better than the other one. Maybe the other one had a bigger dip. And you can add as much or as little as you want, just depending on what you're doing and what you're going for. Y'all, that is so pretty. That'd be pretty just like that. But I really think a monogram or initial would be cute. I think I'm going to leave one plain. And then I'll do those two like that. Silently watching. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. Well, thankfully, Brenda Flinders got me on Claritin D. And girl, that stuff has worked so good. I hate to say I was skeptical because I've tried a lot of different things over the years, but it worked really, really well. So I was really happy you told me about it. Okay, we're going to do a simple what do you call it, reindeer on here. So I'm just getting out a little bit. You can use whatever colors you have. I didn't shake that good enough. This is honey brown, and I'm getting out a little burnt umber. And we're going to put a little reindeer face on here. Using another small brush for this part. So let's just kind of, I didn't even draw this out, so we're going to do this together and just kind of wing it. About how big, let's say. But do kind of like a triangle shape, upside down triangle. And then you can always fatten it up and make it a little more the shape you want. Oh, do you? Yeah, the weather definitely, it's getting a lot of people sick for sure. The weather change, it always does. And if you have grandkids, I know that they get so many things at school and then bring it home. Let's do, I should really sketch this out. I'm going to grab my pencil here. And oh, I didn't leave us very much room for our, we're going to have those sticks, you know, for our reindeer, for the antlers. So I really just need some ears. Something like that. I kind of am thinking a Christmas tree on this one. Let me think. Let's do it. Why not? Let's do a Christmas tree. See how much gold we have? I think that could be really pretty. Let me dry that though, because I don't want to get too much paint. And my resin, your paint has to be 100% dry before you resin. So. Oh, I know. I appreciate that so much, Brenda. The farmers are harvesting crops. Yeah, right. I didn't see where you live. I was going to go back up and look. We have gotten the cars ready. Oh, okay, Levada. Good. Yeah. Let's see. Has AI affected her editing any? Ooh, good question. I don't know, Carrie. She hasn't mentioned it. But, you know, they say it's going to replace all of us someday because, I don't see it. Because, you know, everything can be done by AI now. So I definitely recognize AI art when I see it. And it is not the same at all. It's too perfect. But that's just my opinion because this is what I do, right? So we'll just do like a simple little Christmas tree that anybody can do. And then add our little beaded lights that I've got to use here. Yes, everybody says that. I've seen, you know, kids getting in trouble, you know, for using it. And, you know, they'll swear they weren't, but I don't know. I mean, I think there's just apps that can tell them if AI was used. Is that right, Carrie? But you know, I think a teacher would know just based on the students' previous work if they're capable of putting out the kind of work they're putting out. And if not, it's probably a good indication that it's AI, right? I'm going to put out a little touch of white and a little touch of black. Wasn't planning on doing a Christmas tree, but just to give us a little shading and highlighting, we'll yes, 100% Levada. Yep. And there's so many you guys that are saying, here's some art, you know, for you to use, whatever. Just be careful because, you know, I don't know. I feel real weird about that. Like I would, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want some creator to come along and say, that's not free to use. I created that, you know? I don't know. Just the simplest little triangle tree. And then that will let us put our lights. Oh, is that right? Yeah. See, we're going to see a lot of that. And it's still considered new, right? I mean, you can imagine. I just mixed a little bit of white with my green. Coming in here with some highlights. Simple, simple little tree. And then I'm going to grab my brown and we'll just put a little base down here. Now that will allow me to have something to use for my little lights. And then again, we're going to do our little reindeer on this one. I think I'm going to make it smaller. So we have more room for the little antlers. But these will be cute. You could do them on a paper sack and then just use Elmer's glue or some type of permanent glue, whatever you like to use, and glue your lights on. So let this little project give you an idea. You know, you don't have to do exactly the same thing, but hopefully it will spark an idea too. Are you guys enjoying having these Christmas projects, or is there anybody that's like, no, it's just too early? I'm not skipping Thanksgiving. It's just that I've already done a ton of fall things. And so I'm ready to move on to Christmas things. But you love them? Mary, did you have a craft show this weekend? Is that what you told me? Or is it coming up? You love Christmas projects. Well, you can never get enough, you know, because one might spark an idea, and then the next one you might combine ideas. So I feel like it's always fun to have a lot of choices. And I love some wonky ears, so let them kind of go off the page a little. When I say page, you know, ornament or whatever you're painting on. I love stuff to kind of go off the front and then onto the sides like that. So let it be a little cockeyed and okay. I'm going to go to a smaller brush. Oh, I forget, we don't even have to paint our antlers. Keep forgetting. I need to dry this before I put more on. Let me just stop and dry that, and then I'll do another coat. Our tree looks really cute though. You saw how simple this took. A few, not even minutes. I mean, literally a couple of minutes to paint. Christmas is just, it really is, Annette. It comes so fast. Yes, I'm not done. I just was trying to get that. This face is not showing up well, so I know I need a few coats, so I'm trying to get it dry so I can do coats. Yes, it'll have ears. Thank you, Vicki. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Let's kind of draw some out. I always have to kind of figure my antlers are going to go about there. So then you can, from there, you can kind of something like that. Oh, good, Vicky. Oh, acrylic block. That's going to be really cool. I'm always trying to think of different things to paint on because I'm definitely a canvas and a wood canvas kind of person, but I know that you guys need different ideas. And you know the wood rounds, like the large wood rounds, I just got one of those. And so, you know, you can paint on anything, even if you're at a thrift store and you see like an old mailbox or a little wagon, you know, like anything can be painted on. Okay, let's come over here and kind of, so eyes, what, if I'm gonna kind of draw eyes and everything, I'm gonna kind of do a quick little, you know, break it in half. And I know I want my eyes more to the edge, so I'll probably start at about here and go out and then see if that's about the same place. So you can start with, it might be easier to start with your circle. So let's make our little pupil for each one. And you want to kind of get those about the same. And then you're going to start with your inner corner and then come out. But I always do mine kind of like this, kind of that up shape. And then we'll give her some, maybe not quite that long, but we'll give her some pretty eyelashes. And then nose. Something about that. Something like that. We don't need, you know, to worry too much about adding a lot of features or anything. We're just doing a cute little fun. But I am just taking some brown and kind of giving her a little bit of dimension and kind of going around the circumference of her face. Let's give her a little bronzer up here. And then kind of come down her nose a little. And then while that's not quite dry, I'm just taking my other color, mixing it with what is already on my brush and just blend it out a little bit. And then black for her nose. I forgot I wasn't going to paint her nose because I was going to use a bead. And here I am. I'm just so used to doing that. Let's take our little liner brush. Oh, at Dollar Tree, good. I've got such a good one. I cannot wait for y'all to see it in the VIP. And I hope that you guys will take the time and do at least watch the Christmas tree tutorial. It's really a fun one. And it'll give you an idea. You don't have to do it just like mine, but it will give you, you know, the skills to go on and do a Christmas tree using whatever you want. But anybody that takes that class will really be able to go on and do just about any project they want. Sometimes I get one eye too big like I just did on that one, so I had to enlarge in that one a little bit. Just a few little eyelashes there. Maybe, I'm gonna look and see. I'm gonna do a little charcoal gray in here. Could have done that first. And then I'm taking just a little white on the tip. Let me see, for example, yeah, that'll be fine. You're right, Carrie. It'll be fine just right over that because it would probably look silly if there wasn't anything there. And then I am going to line just a little bit. Just a small little line. Here was some drama there. Let's move her over. Okay, let me draw that. Just needed a little touch. Carrie, I don't know, but I'm getting hungry. I am. What are y'all having? Oh, I better not go for it because you know it'll be totally wonky if I do. I really probably need that closer to the Yeah, let me know what y'all are having. It's about time for us to start having soups, right? I love a good soup when it starts getting dark outside and kind of chilly. Hamburgers in the air fryer. Leanne, how do you do that? That's a great idea. We've never done them in the air fryer, and we love our air fryer. So you just make the patties and with seasonings and everything, and then just cook them in there? Tell us more. What do I need to know to do that? That's definitely something I could do when Ron's not feeling like cooking. Yeah, lasagna. I love lasagna. Oh, Sherry, you should do that. I love that idea. Hi, Sydney. I'm so glad you got to make it. You ordered delivery. Yes, that's no, yeah. And you know what? We really cannot believe how much groceries are, and we're finding that you can literally buy some meals, just as cheap. You just have to know where to go. Have y'all done the Outback Steakhouse chicken family dinner? I don't know what it's called. That's probably not exactly what it's called, but it's kind of something like that. It's chicken tenders, a huge, huge, tin of salad, like a big 9 by 12 thing of salad, rolls, way more than you can eat. And it's supposed to feed like a large family, and it does. I mean, it's a lot of food. I'm really not doing much on painting, like I'm trying to keep this super simple, and because the cuteness is the stuff you add with resin. So just give it a few little, swipes and you're good. I know I'm getting into my black because I'm not letting it dry. Or if you want to really, take your time, you can definitely paint, more details, but let's give some eyelashes. I can't do this other hand. It never turns out as good as the right. See? See what I mean? It's probably a mental thing at this point, but I cannot get those right. Okay, let's be sure we're dry, and then we're going to do the fun part. I think since I have so much room on this, see how this one I got lower. This one I did a little too high. I'm going to add a bow. Just was looking at that thinking it needs something. Let's add a bow. Let us know any other tricks you have. Sydney, you may have some too, but that Outback, not Outback, y'all, Texas Roadhouse. Did I say Outback? It's Texas Roadhouse that has that chicken dinner. Now, yeah, it's fried, so it's not healthy, but it sure is a good deal because it feeds a lot of people. It gives you more food than you need. We got it one night and had leftovers the next day, and I mean, like a whole nother meal. That's how many leftovers. Like it's not just a few, but we had a ton left over, so it's a good deal. I could have done this as a bow tie too. That would have been cute, but she's a girl. Darkest at the bottom. And then I'm going to take my white and give it just a little bit of highlight at the top. Now she's got a little bow. We'll do that one last. Okay, so we have already mixed up our resin. If you weren't here for that, it's just the same as I always do. I use art resin. Takes 3 minutes, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so half resin, half hardener. And I'm just going to put some down. And I can't really give you an amount, but it's less than 1/4 of an ounce that I'm using right now. Just kind of covering this whole little canvas. Might be 1/4 of an ounce, but probably a little less. And if you're new to resin, you'll want to tape the sides. So get some painter's tape and tape along the sides so that if it runs over, it won't get everywhere. It will stick to the tape, and then you can peel your tape off in the morning. But I'm just bringing it to the sides and stopping so it doesn't go over. What do you put in the oven? Oh, good, Levada. Oh, Aldi. Steak bites. Oh, steak bites, okay. I'm going to have to go back and read all this. I'm missing all the good food comments. It's a hassle, isn't it, trying to figure out what to eat every day? Okay, so let's take our little butane torch. Let me reach across here. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Popped all the little bubbles. And look how cute this will be. These little lights. Let me just double check. I have some others too. I wasn't planning on doing this little tree, so let me see. Might be cute. Not even on the string. I have some that are on the string, some that aren't. I have some big, some small. I think I do like the string, I think. We'll try it. I'm gonna cut a little bit. I'm gonna cut this string off right here. Just, it's kind of fuzzy on the end. But you know, I have taken them off of this string if I wanted them, so just cut them as close as you can there. And you can take them off. How cute. And then I was going to say, I know I've got some loose ones. I just have to find them here. Sometimes I have, look at this, I've taken them off the bulb even, as you can see. So you can do a lot with these little string lights. Again, I think these came from Hobby Lobby, but you'll find them everywhere right now. Actually, I don't want that color. Let me grab a different color. Let's put a red one. Ooh, maybe I should grab a star while we're at it too. Now these don't light up or anything, but they're still super cute on here. What do y'all think? Now wouldn't that be cute as a little ornament? Or even, I'm going to put a little, what do you call that, y'all? I said it earlier, now I forgot the name. The little, it's like a screw, a little tiny screw, and you screw it up here and hang a ribbon. But it'd be cute as a package add-on, you know, put it on your package. So let's do, is that the one I said I wanted to let dry all the way? I think that is. So let's do this one next. We've let our resin just kind of sit here and get thick. I mixed it at the very beginning of this live. And so now it's nice and thick. It's probably sat here, what, 45 minutes. And so it will come to the edges and won't go over the edges. So that's why I like to do that first. But if you're new to resin, you don't want to chance it, because you do only have about 45 minutes before it's too thick to work with, and it's just, you know, it's curing. But I like to push the limits. This would be great little teacher gifts, or babysitter gifts, or, you know, hairdresser gifts. Just little ornaments are always good. Eyelet hook, thank you, yes. One of those little tiny screws. Or you could just hot glue a ribbon to the back. Mary Jo, these would probably sell really good for you. Let's pop our bubbles. Oh good, I'm glad you like it. And for this one, remember I said we're going to use our little berries for our antlers. So I'm just going to take a piece and peel it down, and then take my wire cutters and cut it shorter. So let's just kind of see. Probably these three will work best. So I'm going to peel him off. Oops. Now we're down to two, but I'll probably lay that down. And you can even, I'm going to open a new package though, just so that they'll all be the same size. These right here came from Temu a couple of years ago. I'm sure they still have them, but I don't order from them anymore because of the tariffs. But just be sure if you order from them that you're buying local, a local warehouse, or else you'll get stuck like I did with a huge surprise. huge surprise. I'm just going to kind of see if I can stick that in here, but yeah, that works. And then we could even take these and just kind of wrap them a little bit. Look how cute that'll be, just like that. I'm doing quite a bit so we can get a few more in here. Okay, and I'm just going to need to kind of let that lay there. You guys get the vision? And again, I'm taking this one and trying to add him. It's hard to work with these gloves on, but I'm just going to kind of add him in here. Kind of cut them off about the same spot if I can. Now, if you're worried about your lights kind of, you know, not sticking where you want them to, just put a dot of hot glue and, you know, and then attach a light and then wrap. I think I'm going to be okay. You know, I think I'm not too worried about it. But it probably would be helpful to have a little dot of hot glue so they stay where you want them, but these seem to be doing okay. Now, I just want to leave these alone. I don't want to play with them too much, and I will check, you know, check on them every 15 minutes or so for about 30 minutes. Our resin is already starting to cure, so it shouldn't budge, but, you know, one of these could fall to one side or something, so I'll kind of do little checks on these and be sure they don't budge. And then once they're fully cured in a couple of days, then I can take these little berries and kind of pull them up a little if I want to. You know, I'm going to wait till they're totally cured before I really mess with those, but for now, that is super cute. Let's see. Y'all see? Now also, when you're using your butane torch, remember that this is paper, so you don't want to, you know, go over it very much with, you can do it quickly, but then you're done. So, kind of like that. And see how you can singe the little hairs? So we'll do it maybe one more time and singe those. You know, see that? And then you don't have to worry about that. Okay, we're going to set that aside and do her. And I have some pretty girly things for her. So we mixed up a total of a ½ ounce. That is not much, but that did all 3 of these little ornaments. Oh, I forgot to take off that, so I'm just going to scrape it and it will be okay. So if you don't want to use resin, you could use whatever permanent glue you really like and glue your items down. You could probably use triple thick. This is not very much that we're asking it to hold. So I think triple thick, I think Mary Jo, you asked me about that once. And I think triple thick would be fine for something like this. Triple thick is a really great sealer that will give you a nice, kind of thicker, shiny coat, similar to resin. And it won't hold down a lot of heavy items very well, but this isn't going to be heavy, so I think we'll be okay, even using triple thick. But you know me, I love my resin, and I'm going to definitely want resin. Pop our bubbles. I did forget to erase the antlers, but we're just going to lay down our little things on top. Ooh, that came right off. So, I wonder if I even... I'm going to take that off and just... Oh no, it's really attached. I'll just leave it. Start to say, I'm going to see how it looks without even the paper on it, but we'll just do this. Did you say wood? Yes, yes. Use sealer. Oh, thank you so much, Carrie. Yes, I did want to. I pulled some red beads, and we're going to put a red bead right there. Isn't that cute? On your wood, yes, use wood. I have a wood star. It'd be super cute to do this on. But put sealer first before you resin. You know, seal your wood and then paint and all that, and then do your thing. Now you can try not sealing it, but you'll have you could have extra bubbles and things. So I always seal my wood. Oh, I was gonna kind of do these together at the same time, and then we'll get them perfectly about the same length. Oh, look what I did. No, triple thick is thicker. So triple thick really is a pretty good substitute for resin. And Duraclear is a great sealer, but it's not thick. It's just a pretty, in fact, I have Duraclear on this. So see, it's just a nice shiny sealer, or you can buy matte, but I buy the glossy, but it's not thick. I think I'm going to cut these shorter since I got it so, I got my girl so tall. I made that one a lot smaller. She got pretty antlers. Okay, let's... Now, for her, we're going to doll her up a little. So she has a pink nose. And another thing, I thought that would be cute for a nose. See that? I don't know if I want to use it on her. I might even put that here. That's what I think I'll do. I did pull a couple of little snowflakes thinking that might be cute on there, but they're pretty big. Let me see if I want the bigger one. Kind of do like the big one. And I I pictured all these little beads on here, but that's not going to work because, you know, the little beads just won't stick where I want them to, really. Maybe a couple, if I can get them. I pictured having some beads up on that, so we'll do a couple. And I'm going to grab some tweezers. It's always helpful to have tweezers to move things where you want it. See, if we're careful, we might can do that. What I'm doing is just dropping it into the resin and then kind of dropping it up in there, and that way it will have a little resin on it so it will stick to whatever it lands on. That's cute. I don't know if y'all can see that real well, but just let them drop up in there. That is so cute and girly. That's going to be pretty tomorrow. Having all those little pink beads stacked up. Are y'all still with me? It doesn't say live. Are we live? What the heck? Somebody let me know, because I do not see a live button or anything. That's scaring me. Just working away. Cute. I like that. You could also kind of string them onto your wire that these little things are on. Okay, I see hearts. Still here. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Okay. That is cute. I like her. Now let's give it one more pop. Let me hold these up. So like I said, I will cover these. They're going to be put on a level desk, and then I'll cover them with a plastic bin, and just kind of check every 15 minutes to be sure that nothing has moved or shifted. And there's that. I'm going to have to get, I still see a few little specks and bubbles that I'll have to pop. There's that. Here is this one. It'd be so cute if they lit up, you know. That is cute. What do y'all think? Do you like that? Just something different. I like to try to think of different things, and but you can see, picture this on a paper sack, like a gift sack. It would be so cute. And just, you know, take your little branch of berries, and that is your antlers. That would be very cute. Thank you, Sydney. Have I ever painted and blinged a Santa on an oyster shell? I haven't. Do y'all think we should? It's a good idea. You have Duraclear for the shells. You're digging through your stuff looking for triple thick. I love my triple thick. Okay, guys, that is it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope that you will give it a try or try something, you know, just let this inspire you to do something. And then whatever resin I have left, I am going to just go ahead and drizzle just kind of right here over these little beads. And, you know, I like to use it up. I don't like to waste it, so there's not very much left. But so I'll put a little bit on each one and then pop bubbles again. And then we'll show y'all what it looks like tomorrow. So be sure, I usually do that. I'll try to remember to do it on Instagram. I'm so bad about Instagram, but I always will post a picture over on Facebook. So go there and look, and you'll have to come back and see what it looks like. And then listen, you guys that are in the VIP group, be sure to tune in tomorrow when I go live if you can. At least watch the replay to see my huge surprise. Oh, you're going to be so surprised. Cannot wait for you to see. All right, that's it. Then I'm going to pop bubbles one last time, cover them up, and that'll be it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. You should. You need help to do one for... Okay, we'll do it. I think that'll be fun. I have oyster shells, and I did need to do something with them. I pulled them out the other day so that we could do something for Christmas. Now, listen, you guys, be sure and hit the like if you enjoyed this. And if you're watching on the replay, say hey so I know you were here. And also hit the like. And I will see you guys next Monday, same time, 6 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Laveda. Bye-bye.